Students, good morning to everyone. Today you are going to be learn about software development process models. These models is used to build a new software. It is directly involved to create a new software, and it specifies the quality control activities including designing, coding, testing, etc. There are numbers of development process models are there. In your syllabus, three development process models are be available: waterfall model, prototyping model, spiral model, etc. What is the software development process models? It is a methodology to construct a new software. You can be look at on the screen. A software process, also known as a software methodology, is a set of related activities that lead to the productions of the software. These activities may involve the development of the software or modifying an existing system. A software processes must include the following four activities. Therefore, it is clear that the software development process model is used a methodology to develop a new software. This methodology is used sequence of activities, sequence of quality control activities that perform to create a new project. Here, what are those activities? We can be discussed one by one. The first activity is software specification, which means requirements of the software. Every constructions of the system which have requirement. Here, these requirements can be classified into two categories. One is system requirement, the second one is user requirements. The system must fulfill the demand of the user. It means the system with user friendly as well as it fulfill the demand of the users. The main functionality of the software and constraint around them. We go to the next point. Already I said that it specify four quality control activities. The first one is over. The second one is designing and implementations. Based on the recorded data, the software is to be designed. The software can be designed using the user requirement, and it must be follow the user needs as well as it also be user friendly. This system developer used icons, menus, buttons, checkboxes, etc. undo and redo options that help to increase user friendliness. During the software designing, a chart, a diagram which helpful to understand the system and the functionalities. which means a diagram which name is data flow diagram, which help to understand the system between the user and the developer. Right? We go to the third point, software verifications and validations. It means a software testings. The software must conform to its specification and meet the customer needs. However, during the testing, types of errors or maybe occurs. It may be design error or it may be source code errors. The developer must remove all those errors and ensure the quality of the system. Here, what is the verifications? The developer check whether the software is meet the user requirements or not, and the developer is check whether the software is fulfill the demand of the user or not. What is the validations? Still some changes are there in the software, some errors are there in the software. These errors must be removed by the developer to improve its quality. Right? Shall we go to that next point? Software maintenance, which means there are two types of maintenance. Here, your first maintenance, which may be the software required to operate. It may be required electricity, it may be required network, modem, insurance, pay battery, backup, electricity, etc. These are all be required to operate the software. Similarly, the second one, the software must accept the change whenever the user wants. Right? Otherwise, it may require more cost to upgrade the system. Okay? I would like to discuss a very important points in the specification process, ETVX, which means first we have to expand that ETVX, entry criteria, task criteria, verification criteria and exit criteria is also known as ETVX, right? ETVX, expand ETVX is an 2-mark questions, so you have to keep it in mind, which means 4 criteria that are used to specify the software requirements. We go to the first point. A software process model is simplified representations of a software process. Each model represents a process from a specific perspective. It is clear there are numbers of the models are there, all are have own style, own methodology to develop a software. Here we have to continue the words. We are going to take quick glance about very general process model. These generic model are abstractions of the process that can be used to explain different approaches to the software development. They can be adopted and extended to create more specific process. Here, numbers of the approaches is and activities are used to development of software. This methodology is also sometimes called software development life cycle, shortly called as SDLC methodology. Right? First we look at what is waterfall model. It is a sequential model. It is a sequential approach. It have different phases. no phase will be begin without end of the previous phase. A phase will begin after the end of the previous phase. So it performs different activities to create a new software. The waterfall model is a sequential approach where each fundamental activity of a process represented as a separate phase arranged in linear order. However, in the previous class we discussed about software approaches. These software approaches have different phases: analysis, designing, testing, and maintenance. Similarly, it also be used some activities, the quality control activities that are specified to develop a software process. In the waterfall model, you must plan and schedule all the activities before starting working them. Before starting working on them, plan driven process. So here, the waterfall model, we must schedule all the activities before start working on them. However, it is a plan driven process. We have to be pre-planned to develop a new process. Plan driven process is a process where all the activities are planned first and the progress is measured against the plan, while the process planning is incremental and it is easier to change the process to reflect requirement changes. So here we have to be planned first, we have to be pre-planned before we have to be develop a project. We go to the next one. The waterfall models which follow the following phases. These phases of the waterfall models are requirements, design, implementation, testing and maintenance. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phases are there. Here, what is a requirement? A requirement, in a requirement phase, the data the user needs are collected and recorded in the SRS. However, already I said that no phase will begin without end of the previous phase. The first phase is an requirement, the last phase is maintenance. Here, the requirements in that phase identify the user needs and identify the system requirements, and the user needs are collected from the user. There are the several types are there to collect the requirements from the user or organizations. Interview is a type of method to collect a data, collect the user needs and recorded in the SRS. What is the SRS? It means software requirement specifications. All the requirements are recorded in the SRS. So here there are the several ways are there to be collect user needs and recorded in the documents, that are interview, questionnaires, record review, on-site and on-site observations. Here interview, it take more time to be collect the data from the user. So the developer has to be take an interview from one by one. Therefore, it take more time. All the organization's employees, all the end user must be response. But the questionnaires is a time consuming, it is a time save method. It have the standard questions or structured and unstructured questions. So there are two types, structure and unstructured questions. Some of the standard questions are to be asked with the users. So users, the organization's employees, the end users has to be respond that questions that are a structure question. For example, why are you dissatisfied with the system? What is your expectation in the system? So these are all standard questions that are framed, that are to be printed, and it is given to the user to answer about the system. But unstructured questions, there is no restrictions and there is no limitations to answer the user. Therefore, the user can go some other directions, such as mechanical and electricals, okay, so such other directions, but it is a time saving method. However, all the users are to be answered at once, right? What is record review? Here data are recorded. In the previous system, all the specifications, requirement, designing, everything are be recorded in the record, or to be stated in the record. This can be helpful to the developer to understand the system functionalities. But there is a demerits. It is a time saving method, but the demerits are some changes made in the system but it not be recorded. So record review is a time saving method. All the functionalities, all the working of the system is to be stated in the record, but some changes may not be recorded. So the developer may be careful to analyze record. On-site observation, it is also a time saving method. However, the developer, the analyst observe the functionality of the system and he note it down, the merits and demerits and the working of the system. Therefore, there are many ways are there to be collect the requirements of the user. The second one, software designing. After end of the first phase, the waterfall model which permit to go to the next phase. But there is a demerit. We cannot be specify any one new requirements, new changes. However, this phase is finished. Understand? Now we go to the design phase. Here in the design phase, based on the collections of data, based on the user needs, based on the organization's needs, the system is to be developed. The system is to be designed. Before the design, the data flow diagram which help to understand the system between the user and the developer. However, if we are going to be construct a building, before we are draw a plan, this plan is help to understand the engineer and the customer. Similarly, a data flow diagram which help to understand the system functionalities, between the user and developer. Here there are different software development and database models are there. For example, relational model, hierarchical model, network model. These are all database model that are to be constructed, that are to be considered during the development of the database system. The developer must provide user-friendly system. Therefore, during the design, the developer must use icons, menus, buttons, checkboxes, undo and redo options that will make happy to the user, and it provide user friendliness. During the design, all the requirements, all the user needs is to be stated, is to be recorded. Understand? Is to be recorded in the system, recorded in the design, right? The third one, development. It is a source code based on the designing. The programmer has to be write a code, source code. However, the design is not be functioning, right? So design have to be function. The developer must write the source code for the respective design. Based on the design, the programmer to write source code to functioning of the system. When next we go to the next phase, testing. Here there are the main reason to implement testing in this methodology, to detect errors and uncover those errors. There are many types of errors may be occur. Sometimes it may be design errors or it may be source code errors. These errors are occurred due to the developer fault or wrong analysis, wrong designing, wrong coding. Therefore, these errors must be removed by the tester and uncover and make a fully satisfied system. Here there are different types of testings: white box testings, black box testings, unit testing, integrated testing, and system testing, etc. These all are be find the fault of the system. These are all used to find the errors of the system, and the tester is remove those errors. Beside of these testing, two more testings are there: verifications and validations. The final testing is verification. What is the validations? Some minor errors may be reflected in the system, that are some needs, the user needs may not be recorded. Some user needs may be recorded but it is not correct. Understand? So that errors must be removed, must be uncovered by the tester. Finally, verification is a type of test. This test is used for to check whether the software is meet the user needs, meet the requirements of the user or not. That ought to be taken in account in that phase. Okay. Next one is in deployment. The system is to be modeled, so it has to be tested and it has to be trialed. Okay, it has to be checked whether it is working properly or not, is known as an deployment. Last one is an maintenance. There are two types of maintenance are there. One is it may be it required a electricity, and it required a operating environment. However, it may require operator to operate the system. It may require hardware, printer, papers, battery backup, electricity, etc. So this maintenance. And second one is say the system must accept the change whenever the user wants. Otherwise, it may lead more cost to upgrade the system. So the upgrading the system, it is not easy one. Therefore, some of the facts, some of the requirements may not be recorded. Therefore, whenever it required, the system must be accept the change that or be consider in that phase. Okay. Now we come to the end. What is the advantages of this waterfall model? There is one advantage. It is oldest method. It is easily to understand. However, it is a step-by-step process. One process is end, the next process will begin, the next process will be end, the next another process will begin. So it is an easily understandable method, and it is one of the oldest method. Okay. But what is the disadvantage of this waterfall model? Real project rarely follow sequential model because of iterations are required, right? So linear sequential model, the sequential model may not be accept the change, right? The iterations are required. It may be accept the change whenever we want. We can be add whenever we want, we can be add the change. Understand? Therefore, the iterations means non-sequential. The non-sequential model which support to state the change, specified the changes. Understand? But this model is not be support to add any specifications or any requirements after the development. The second one, requirements may not be clearly defined in the beginning itself. So all the requirement must be available in the beginning of the project. Otherwise, the requirements may not be recorded. Okay, during the development. Okay, so it is a second disadvantage. Third one, major errors may be reflected in the testing phase. Correct, right? So errors may be reflected in the testing phase. However, the design errors, source code errors that are may be arising, that are may be reflected in the testing phase. Customer would have no idea to working with the program until it finished or ended. Okay. So every phase, in the beginning phase, requirement phase, designing phase, and testing. So there are numbers of the phases are there. After end, the developer, the customer can see the project. Before that, he doesn't have any idea how it will be. The third one, very less customer interactions. So here the customer is not participate, not involved during the development of the project. Therefore, it is a very less interactions with the customer. The next one, major errors may be noticed only after the development. Okay, so the errors may be noticed. The errors may be found after the development of the project. The last one, the product delivery take much time. So these are all the disadvantages of the waterfall models. Thank you for watching this video. We will be meet in the next session.